All right, so there's not usually a lot of thought given into sales compensation budgets and how you should structure your sales team and plan accordingly for budgeting for your business. So in this video, I'm going to talk about budgets and walk you through a tool that I created to help plan this stuff out. My name is Patrick Spielman. I'm the founder of Upticks, and we help B2B sales teams launch and automate outbound prospecting campaigns, lead nurturing, and follow-ups with our sales automation software. So let's get into the video. You're going to see in the spreadsheet, and I'll zoom in here for you so you can get a little bit better of a look with the screen share. There's a couple different models, and this isn't going to be all inclusive of all your structures for a sales team, but primarily speaking, there's really two different ways you can run your sales team. You can run it with a sales development rep and a closer, or account executive, as some people call, or you can use end-to-end sales reps, and those are people that go out and generate leads and close leads. Usually this is really good for small companies, especially when you have to be really capital efficient. And this is a good structure when you have a lot of leads that you're able to generate, and you need to split your teams accordingly. So in this tool, I'm going to go through a few different things. Obviously, first there's going to be a setup, and then we're going to go through some comp, target, and splits. And it's going to map out the overall compensation for each role. And then it's actually going to back into some goals that they would need to hit based on some of the numbers we put into this spreadsheet. And I want you to keep in mind that these are just going to be fake numbers. You need to take these and make this spreadsheet yours and build it out for your specific use case. So I'm just going to use really rough averages here. So let's start with the setup. In the setup, we need to put in your average ticket price, and that's how much you generate for every single sale that you have in your business. And then from there, you need to budget out what percentage of your revenue you want to attribute to your sales team. Let's just say it's 10% or even 15%, whatever you want to attribute to it. I just got some fake numbers in here. And from there, you need to build in, if you're going to use a closer and SDR role model, you need to dictate how much of the revenue share, that percentage of your budget, is going to go to the closer versus the SDR. So usually closers are compensated higher than an SDR. So for this purpose, I'm going to put in 60%. If you're using end-to-end sales, obviously you're not going to have the dual roles, so that's going to be 100%. Okay, so now getting into the comp targets and splits. So the SDR plus closer comp target, let's just say we have 2 reps, and our overall budget for the year for those 2 reps, based on your sales and based on your percentage of revenue, you need to hit, let's just say your total budget's $180,000 a year. Basically what that's going to do is update the numbers down below. So you just need to enter 180,000 or whatever that total comp is, and we're going to back into what their goals are going to be throughout for the year in order to hit that compensation budget. Obviously, we've got our base plus commission we need to consider. So in a lot of cases, most businesses are paying a base. If you can pay commission only, obviously that's the best case scenario, but you got to have a really, really good sales process implemented into your company and proof that you can actually generate and close sales predictably in order to sell somebody effectively and coming to work for you commission only. For the purposes of this, I'm just going to enter, we'll do 50-50 in terms of base plus compensation. And this is going to get applied to both roles. If you need to customize this a little bit more, if you want access to this tool, leave a comment, like the video, let me know, and I can share access to it. So next, getting into the compensation, obviously on the end-to-end comp target here, it's going to be the total amount. So there's not much we got to do here. So you just need to fill in the total there. But migrating down to the compensation, based on the inputs we've put in above, it's going to break down our base pay for each role. So the SDR base pay would be $36,000, and the closer base pay would be $54,000. And then the compensation or a commission structure would be commensurate with that, because we have it set to 50 percentage commission versus base. And then it's going to total up the total comp for each role. And obviously we have it set to 60-40 up here. 60% of that total budget is going to go to the closer. And so in terms of this range right here, this is probably a pretty good range to shoot for, depending on which area of the United States that you're in, or Canada, or Australia, UK, wherever you're from, doesn't really matter. You may need to do some adjustments. I'm in Minnesota, but this would be a pretty attractive pay structure for each of these two roles. So that kind of works in our area. So when you're building this, just keep in mind your area, your use case, and adjust these accordingly. And then obviously your end-to-end, is going to come in around here. If you have multiple end-to-end sales reps, obviously that would get split up between the two of them. And since you're on a commission-only structure, there's not really much risk in it for you. Now, getting into the goals. So based on all those numbers that we've inputted into this spreadsheet, this tool is going to help spit out how much in sales that your reps actually need to close and generate in order to meet your budget. So your total annual goals would be 1.2 million. And then it's going to back into how many deals you need to generate based on your average ticket size that we inputted up here. So to get 1.2 million in sales, you need 100 new deals in the course of a year. I built in this number of contracts. If you're a contract-based business and you send out contracts, obviously when you send out contracts, you don't always get them signed. So you'll probably want to build in some sort of attrition into those contracts to get your total deal amount. And so you can just go into here and you can change this overall, and it's gonna adjust the numbers in terms of what other output you need. And then down below, it's going to calculate out how many meetings you need to get. So obviously, if you're in B2B, typically you need to have a meeting with somebody in order to sell your deal. Unless you're a SaaS business that is B2B, that generates all your sales just through the internet and driving them through a funnel, that's fantastic. You're probably not going to be using this spreadsheet if that's you. But most of the time, obviously, you're going to need a sales meeting. So we built in a goal for number of sales meetings, which would be 444 throughout the year and 37 a month. And based on a 25% conversion rate, that basically would equal out our total contracts. So if of your 25% of your meetings, sales meetings that actually happen, 111 of those would lead to contracts. And again, you can update this. If your closes are lower, then of course it's going to adjust your numbers and it's going to tell you how many sales meetings you need. And so you can plan your goals for your sales reps. So obviously it's not enough to just put in your budgets. You also got to build out your goals and know what you need to hit for KPIs in order to actually meet these goals. The last one here is the number of booked meetings. So of course, you're going to have number of meetings that actually show. There's always going to be a drop off. So you want to build in some sort of parameter and drop off for people that are going to no show. So total meetings that you'd have to book, not including no shows, would be about 800 meetings throughout the year based on this data that I've entered into the spreadsheet in order to generate that $1.2 million in sales and in order to meet the budget that we have set in this spreadsheet. So this is a really simple tool, really simple exercise. The things that you need to complete are in yellow. And in subsequent videos, I'll go through some of these other tabs. And at this point, if you found some value in this video, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to the channel, smashing that notification bell so you can get alerts on new videos. I try to post a new video 5 days a week and adding as much value as I possibly can to help you and your B2B business grow as much as possible. And if you're interested in helping automate sales for your business, check out the link below in the description and you can get started with our Uptick sales automation software. Absolutely free. Check it out, book a demo, and get on a call with us, and we'll help you implement that into your business really, really easily. So I hope you appreciate the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.